Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode here on the Gaming Droid. Welcome back to Thea The Awakening. We're going to go back with Lada because I want to get Lada up to level 3, unlock Zoya and Pernam. Last time I went with Gatherers. I normally run a very slow gatherer-orientated game, but I found that when I'm recording for YouTube I run a much more aggressive game to try and show off more of the sort of combat and things like that. So I'm actually going to go with a warrior focus this time round, and we will see how we do. So as usual, I'll be cutting this to show off kind of the different parts of the game and show off where I'm going, basically cutting to the more interesting bits. So as usual, tutorial guide, we're going to skip the tutorial. Yeah, that's fine, leave the tutorial. As always, it focuses away from the town for some reason. So let's have a look at who they've given us. They've given us a medic to start. That's good. The medic doesn't seem to be carrying any equipment, so I'm just going to whack a shield on him to start with. We've got a staff-wielding warrior. We've got a sword-wielding warrior who's not wearing armor. Can't wear that armor because it's too heavy. A sword and board who can wear some armor. That's good. We have another sword and board, and then we have a craftsman. Now there's no real point having a craftsman here, is part of this party. So we'll split the expedition and we'll put expedition 2 to be the craftsman. Continue anyway, I know he hasn't got any food. So expedition 2 comes back here and merges with the town. That way we have our craftsman back in the town. Excellent, we've got a couple of gatherers. So in the town, as always, you start off with setting your gatherers to gather food and wood. So you make sure you've got food and wood. In the managed supplies, you turn off all the nice things and you only have them burn the nasty things, or the sort of the less useful things. So we're going to head straight round here and we're going to see what we can do with our warrior contingent. Stumble across some old ruins and let's give it a search. Some skeletons and some hulking rats. Shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, this looks good to me. Ooh, he's quite a powerful skeleton though. But he's only level 2, which means that actually what we can do is we can confuse him so that he's not going to get a turn, and then we can throw out one of our guys. And then the rest of them are just going to be hulking rats, which aren't particularly powerful. I'm going to throw out a get closer. Actually no, there's no point throwing a get closer because it won't kill the 8 hit point rat. And throw out my medic just to add a little bit of damage in. And then we'll throw out a get closer. I should have thrown out the get closer first on the off chance I could have killed him, but oh well. So we're going to take a little bit of damage here possibly, because he's going to survive, he's going to damage one of my characters. But it shouldn't be a significant amount of damage. So he's taken a couple of hit points, and a couple more. But now we should just grind back through. And there we go, we're facing off against one person now. He gets to go first again, which is a bit surprising. Let's throw out a confuse again, so that he doesn't actually get to go first, and then we'll just throw damage out on top of him. There we go. And we get a shield, sword, some crystal, that's very good, some quartz. We've got 3 damage, but we've got a medic with us, so that won't make any real difference. Take everything and go. Let's have a look what resources we've got. We've got amber and we've got elven wood close by. We've also got coal close by. All of those are very good resource sources early on. So I'm going to head up and deal with the hungry unliving to start with. In the meantime, over in our city, we can head over to the production tab and we can start crafting some meals to complete one of the objectives. So let's throw some meals together. Let's make 5 of those, and we will also, because we have the required wicker, we will throw together a gathering tool basket as well. So you can make food and you can make some wicker. Our shield is a 3-5 shield and weighs 88, so it's actually better for him because he can actually carry that and have a little bit more carry capacity. Anyone got the spare carry capacity too? You have, so you can throw that on, and that's only 98. It's still too heavy for him, but it's a nice light piece of armor we can throw on him later. And that's our first turn. So let's head up, deal with these hungry unliving. We could go with a tactical fight, but we have the prowess to just destroy them in battle. So yeah, that'll do for me, I think. So again, they get to go first, but again, I'm just going to throw out a confuse to stop him from getting anything done, and I'm going to throw out my uninjured warrior. And then throw out my spear wielder, because then he can go first. Throw out a shield on him because he's already taken a little bit of damage. So we're going to take 7 damage off him, and then hopefully we should kill both of these. There'll be a little bit of damage off the person with 6 attack, but hopefully that will go onto my shielded one. Yep. Excellent. So that was nice and easy. Get a bit of bone and a couple of extra shields. Nothing spectacular. But that's used them up for the expedition turn. They have no firewood actually, so next turn I will need to camp with them to get some firewood. We did get together some wood this turn, which is good. And we've got jerky and normal wood to eat, meat to eat. You're taking quite a lot of time, so I think once the basket is produced, which will take one more turn, I think once the basket is produced we'll pop it onto our food gatherer. So we've made some food and we get 9 gold and 9 clay from it. That's a good thing to get. Our characters have leveled up, so our expedition has gained tactics, health, intelligence and will, and our town has gained dexterity, gathering, good, nice bit of gathering, stealth and strength. So you are low on wood, so is there any wood near you? Yes, in fact, if I move you over here and then over here, we should be able to search this and then set up for harvesting wood. Yep, let's keep that. Again, they get the first turn, but they went with a confused person for first turn, which is okay, because their skeleton was confused and everyone else is a hulking rat, I suppose. Just going to kill the hulking rat straight off with my spear wielder because he does half damage immediately. And going to throw out some more damage. And then just going to finish off with just kind of maxing out my damage output here at the end. So worst case scenario, I'm going to take a couple of damage. So that's 1 damage from him. And there we go. Nice and easy win. We got a hammer, we got some steel, which is good. We got a little bit of seaweed, some amber, another shield. Yep, that's not bad at all. And what we can do with these, we can set up camp and we can set everyone gathering wood for now. Wow, it's going to take them 9 turns to gather wood. Actually, so what I'm probably going to have to do is I'm probably going to have to send them home to... Actually, no, new expedition. You. Add 7 food and 5 wood. And you're equipped reasonably well. Yes, you're equipped fine. So, create expedition. You can move up to here. You guys should be able to move one. No, because you've already set up a broken camp at the same time. So we've got a basket, we can put that onto our... Who's gathering food? The old man is gathering food. Petre is gathering food. So, equipment, Petre. You get a gatherer's basket to increase your gathering by 3. And that will mean that we can now gather food every turn, which will mean that we'll be able to maintain this village much better. Okay, so we've been... we've come across a goblin encampment, and they hold some human children, including children hostage and torturing them. So we can try and sneak up, which is 3 skull. We can offend our own deity and avoid it, or we can get involved, which is a 2 skull fight. I'm going to get involved because there's a chance of getting someone to join me and some children as well. So 4 goblin warriors. It's going to be a very tough fight. So I'm actually going to reshuffle to try and get my medic off the front lines. Okay. So my turn to start. I'm going to start with my 15 damage, 9 shield. This is actually really good because they are level 4, which means that I can actually confuse one of them. Which means that only he's going to get a turn. Now he does a lot of damage, but because only he gets a turn before my guys do. Ooh, spear wielder. So he's taken out some of my shielding. But hopefully I'll be able to burn through them without taking too much damage. So one of them's down. He'll kill him. Now these 2 are going to do damage and actually going to seriously injure one of my guys. Oh god, seriously injured 2 of my guys. That's not good at all. I'm kind of in it for the penny and the pound now. That hammer wielder is my major issue. Good, so the hammer wielder's down. Now these guys should be able to take him out before he does anything. So I've had some people injured, but I do have a decent medic with me. So you beat the goblin scum and rescue the prisoners. Some may decide to stay with you, some choose to go their own way. We've got a decent amount of equipment, including a really nice spiked club and a metal ring, some rabbit stew, a spear, kind of generic spear, generic hammer. So those 2 are generic weapons, but that one's a really nice weapon to get hold of, I think. We'll have to have a look at the stats. Okay, so we acquire one of the children, and we acquire... Do we acquire Isbor, or is just Isbor gaining skill? Isbor was one of ours, so Isbor gains dexterity and some physique as well. So move in, we're going to merge you into there. So we've got a child with us. Let's have a look at that mace. Only 2 damage, blunt damage. Not very good at all. So let's have a look what we've got. We've got an iron ring which increases folklore and distraction skill. That's good. We've got some light armor which I can't wear. However, you should be able to wear that, which is slightly better armor. You've got some very heavy armor, but you've got a 3-2 stick. Can I give you a 8 damage hammer instead? This is a 7 damage sword, and we actually have 2 people wielding worse swords than that, so let's see if we can find the one wielding the heavy version of that sword. You're wielding the heavy version of that sword, so we'll swap you out. And then you are wielding this staff, and they're both much of a muchness. Okie dokie, so that's our group. We will set up camp, and we will actually set them to gathering. It'll take them, like, they won't actually be able to gather anything, but we might as well set them to gathering, and have them rest to try and stop people from dying. And over in Ostroya, have a look what resources we found. Coal, string, amber. Let's see what happens. So no one's died yet. We still have someone who is vulnerable though. So let's have a look who's vulnerable. Both of them are still vulnerable, but they're up on 4 hit points and our medic has 4 medical skill. So they should be fine. Yep, looks like they've both come out of the risk stage. So we'll move them up here and we'll deal with this group of unliving. There we go, have our healthy people at the front with their heavy armour and their good weapons. So he's quite dangerous, he only does 5 damage but he's got quite a lot of health, so I'm going to throw out a confuse on... Yeah, I'm going to throw out a confuse on him straight away, just confuse him so that he can't act this turn. He, again, he's only level 1, so I can confuse him as well, so he won't be able to act the first turn. And then he's going to be confused automatically. So what we'll do, he's got 20, so if we throw out my 17 and my 3, he's got 18, so if I throw out my 19, so what we'll do, they attack the nearest person, and if there's one either side, they attack a random one. He'll do 17 and 3, so that'll kill him. 19 will kill him and will carry over 1 damage onto the next one, and then I'll just get closer. So we'll take 7 damage in total, it won't even break the armour on his boar. And this is how the game goes. It's very tactical about picking where you put people. In my last game I kind of made a few errors of judgment. There we go, nice easy win. So we get a good one-handed sword, a black sword, and we chase them off the map. So I think what they'll do is they'll grab this and then they'll come back home again, where we are managing our supplies. We'll stop eating the meat and the jerky, and we'll start using just the vegetables. And what we can do is actually we can start production on a construction. We don't have enough resources yet to build a pasture. What are we missing? We are missing wood. So if I go over to gathering, we have a couple of spare craftsmen. They can just get thrown into wood to increase our gathering rate of wood. So up into here we'll grab this. Again, it's just a tower, so it'll be a nice easy skeleton and some hulking rats. I'm going to reshuffle them because I want the uninjured people at the front, because these people will gain health each turn anyway, and I do kind of want the uninjured people to go at the front. So he's confused, he's got 26 health. If I throw out 15 and then 19, if she goes the wrong way, he's going to go to the left. If she goes the wrong way, she'll kill 2 rats anyway. He's going to do a lot of damage, 14 plus 3, so he's going to do 17 damage. Get closer, take him down to 2 hit points, and then I will throw down my medic. And then I'll just throw down my warriors. If I throw him to the front, actually no, put the wrong person forwards. If I'd put Hernowall forwards, Isbor could have thrown Vadnir to the front, and we might have been able to do enough damage. Oh, that's fine, we've gotten rid of him anyway. And her damage carries over to the rat. So 3 damage off the rat, 3 damage off that rat, and that's all the damage we're going to take this round. And in fact, that damage hasn't even broken our shielding. So we are fine for that round, no wounds. We get some malachite, which is great. We get a wooden ring, which is great. We get some more crystal, more quartz, which is wonderful. Mushroom meat, leather, and some laminar armor. So not great armor, but we'll just have a quick look. The black sword is 3/5, 5 shielding, and he's not quite strong enough, but that's only 5 shielding anyway, so I'm actually going to give him the black sword because it gives him some decent damage. Any really light shields? No. And not quite strong enough to carry that. Are you strong enough? Yeah, so I'm actually going to switch around the armors. So he's going to get a nice bit of armor to keep him alive. This ring just adds a bit of sturdiness, which I can throw onto pretty much anyone, and it'll be useful. Shield wise, we have a 4-4 shield, that's a 3-3, 3-6, 3-5, 4-4 plus 1 dexterity, 3-5. I think a 3-6 is better than a 4-4. We've got a 3-5, so we could go with a 4-4 plus 1, and then we've got a 4-4 plus 1. Oh no, sorry, we've got a 3-4, so a 4-4 plus 1 will be much better than that. There we go, so everyone's all set up for the return journey home. We'll swing them down here, probably take out these unliving and head back to the town. Ah, they're being slowed down because they're carrying too much, so we'll go into their inventory and we'll scrap some things. Not going to scrap the child, even though it's tempting. This is really poor quality, so we'll just dismantle it, get some steel or some iron from it. This is very poor quality, so we'll dismantle that as well. The bramblewood staff is dark wood and amber. Not great quality, we'll dismantle that. And we need to dismantle one more thing. We'll dismantle probably our worst shield. 3-3 and 1. 3-5. Yeah, these. We'll dismantle both of them for some wood and some leather. There we go. We are down below our weight limit. And everyone levels up. We get lots of health and +2 medics, so we're up to 6 medical skill. So we really want to keep that medic alive, and we get a little bit of folklore skill back at home. We have enough to get them all the way back home, so I'll swing them back into, and we will do some inventory exchange. Don't need the dark wood, don't need the iron, steel, clay, the quartz, the amber, the malachite, the leather, the bone. The meat we'll exchange for other food sources. We'll leave the berries, the chile goes back, the sword, the hammer, the shields, all the unused armor and equipment goes back. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll take another 20 wood, and we'll take 40 food. And that's our expedition ready for next time. In the meantime, we'll switch over to the town and we will equip our townsmen with the best items we've got. That is a really powerful hatchet for a gatherer. Can you wield anything else that's better? No. Can you wield a shield on top? You can grab a shield. Those two hammers are much of a muchness. He's got a 15 damage axe. I'd rather him have a 9. Oh, he can't carry that actually. Can't carry any of those. So in inventory, we will actually scrap these for some iron and amber. We'll scrap these for some bone. Scrap this for some dark wood, and this for some iron. We'll get rid of that for dark wood, I believe. Yep. There we go, and we'll get rid of this for quartz. So now, over in construction, we have enough materials to construct ourselves a nice pasture. Well, a basic pasture, I believe. 25, 25, and 2. So that is enough to construct ourselves a basic pasture with food and attract human, which we'll confirm, and we'll set our construction workers working on that. So this has been the start to a new series on Thea. It's already ticking along much nicer. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!